The storm over Titan VII's sulfur plains raged with an almost sentient fury, carving spirals of yellow dust into the sky. Commander Lisa Varon watched the horizon from the cracked observation dome, her 4 crystalline pupils adjusting to the lightning-lit landscape. To humans, Titan VII was hostile. To her species, the Aethery, it was merely unpleasant, a place where the air stung rather than burned. Behind her, boots clanged against metal. "Report," she asked without turning. Captain Arden Holt stopped beside her, lowering the hood of his environmental suit. He was human, one of the few stationed on Titan VII, and though his face was calm, she sensed tension beneath the surface. Humans didn't like this moon, or the storms, or the hushed rumors of what lurked beyond the mining perimeter. "We lost another drone," Arden said. "Same signature. Same angle of attack." Lisa clicked her tongue, the Aethery equivalent of a curse. "That makes 7. They're studying us. They're hunting us," Arden corrected. "Then Car don't study anything they plan to leave standing." A low rumble vibrated through the dome, another drone exploding somewhere out on the plain. Lisa straightened. Arden didn't flinch. Of all humans she had served with, he was the most infuriatingly calm, and the most deadly. She tapped the comms panel. "Defense grid report status." "Static." Then a voice weak and trembling. "Perimeter breach, south quadrant, unknown hostiles." Static swallowed the rest. Lisa's throat tightened. Then Car had come early. "Mobilize the sharpshooting unit," she ordered. Arden didn't move. She narrowed her eyes. "Captain," he exhaled, "the sharpshooters won't matter." "And why not?" He turned toward the storm-swept plains, where shapes were beginning to emerge in the lightning flashes. 6-legged silhouettes, armored in obsidian plating. "Then Car dread hunters." "Because at that range," Arden said, "only a sniper can make a difference." She stared at him. "We don't have a sniper on this outpost." "You have me." Lisa's pulse quickened. "A single human against N'Kar elites." "Holt, that's exactly why it'll work," he said, retrieving a long matte black rifle from the magnetic rack. "They think we're predictable. They think we're soft. They think we panic. And you don't." Arden gave a lopsided smile. "I'm human. We panic all the time. We just get things done anyway." Something in his eyes made her believe him. The beginning of the end. The outpost shutters slammed down, sealing the base in darkness except for emergency strips of blue light. Sirens wailed as personnel scrambled to defensive stations. The storm, as if tasting fear, intensified. Arden strode through the corridor toward the surface hatch. Lisa followed. "You'll go alone?" she asked. "Yes. That is suicide." "For most," he agreed. They reached the armory airlock. Arden slapped the panel. The heavy door began to cycle open. Then he paused and looked at her. "You said something earlier," he murmured. "That the N'Kar are studying us." "Maybe they are. But they don't understand us. And that can be used." Lisa tilted her head. "What do you mean?" He stepped into the airlock, rifle slung across his back. "Humans are at our most dangerous when underestimated." Before she could reply, the airlock hissed shut, sealing him away. On the surface, the storm clawed at Arden the moment the hatch opened. He crouched low, adjusting the filters on his visor as yellow dust tore past him in sheets. The N'Kar hunters moved like living shadows across the plains, their organic armor glistening beneath the lightning. He scanned the terrain. There, a rock formation jutting from the ground like broken teeth. Elevated, sturdy, good sightline. He sprinted. A spear of violet plasma slammed into the ground behind him, sending a shockwave over his boots. Arden didn't slow. He vaulted over a jagged boulder, slid into position, and unlatched his rifle. The weapon unfolded with a soft mechanical hum. Human engineering melded with ethery crystalline targeting prisms. Hybrid. Masterpiece. Base, sniper in position, he whispered into the calm. Lisa's voice crackled back. The hunters are spreading. They're ignoring the minefield. They must have mapped it from the drones. Good, Arden said, settling his cheek against the stock. Predictable enemies are easier to kill. Lightning split the sky. Arden squeezed the trigger. Ankar's skull exploded in a burst of iridescent fluid. Before the corpse hit the ground, Arden was already shifting, adjusting for wind, dust, and magnetic interference. He fired again. Another hunter fell. He kept moving, firing, relocating, firing again. He never stayed in one spot for more than 3 shots. Then Carr retaliated with coordinated plasma bursts that incinerated whole slabs of rock. The shockwaves threw him sideways, but he always rolled, always found his feet, always fired. Humans weren't stronger. They weren't faster. They weren't telepathic or armored or resistant to toxins. They were something else entirely. They were stubborn. Inside the base, Lisa watched the scans with disbelief. For every Nkar hunter that managed to breach another 100 meters, Arden dropped 3 more. Her second-in-command, a bulky ethery male named Rojan, muttered, "How is a single human doing this?" Lisa answered without taking her eyes from the display. "Humans see in ways we do not. Think in ways we cannot. Their minds adapt. And their will is singular." A massive tremor shook the base. A new signature appeared, 3 times larger than the hunters. Lisa's blood ran cold. "The Juggernaut," she whispered. Rojan paled. "He cannot kill that. Its armor is mythic." The Juggernaut lumbered toward the outpost like a living fortress, each footfall sinking meters into the dust. Its energy shield crackled with layers of protection. Its weapons array brightened. Lisa slammed the comms. "Arden, fall back. Now." Static answered her. Last shot. Arden lay half-buried in dust behind a shattered ridge. His visor flickered. His ribs protested every breath. The Juggernaut towered ahead, advancing on the outpost with an unstoppable momentum. He pulled himself upright. "No retreat," he muttered. "Not yet." He wiped his visor. The storm parted for a moment, revealing the Juggernaut's weak points, few and nearly impossible to hit. A shimmering node within its shield generator. A slit where armor was still organic skin. A glowing cluster of energy sacs beneath the thorax. 1 shot wouldn't do it. 3 might. But no one could fire 3 perfect shots under these conditions. Arden steadied his breathing. "Let's find out what impossible feels like." He rose from cover. The Juggernaut detected him instantly. Plasma cannons roared. Arden Dove rolled, slid across gravel, and came up kneeling. Shot 1, shield generator. The beam cracked the Juggernaut's shimmering barrier. Shot 2, organic armor gap. The creature howled, its roar shaking the ground. Shot 3, energy sacs. Time slowed. The bullet pierced the glowing cluster. The world exploded in a sphere of blinding blue light. Aftermath. Silence settled over Titan 7. When the dust finally cleared, Lisa led the recovery team across the battlefield. Nkar bodies littered the plains. At the center, a crater smoked where the Juggernaut once stood. Arden lay at its edge, battered but breathing. She knelt beside him. "You're alive." "Disappointed," he croaked. Her laughter cracked like glass. Not even remotely. He managed a small grin. Tell me we held the outpost. We did, she said softly. Because of you. As medics lifted him onto a stretcher, Rojan approached Lisa. This will be spoken of for generations, he murmured. Shall I prepare the official report? Lisa watched Arden as he was carried toward the shuttle, dust swirling behind him. Begin with this, she said. Never underestimate a human sniper, the alien woman whispered, and everyone listened. Rojan blinked. That is dramatic. It is accurate, she replied. And on Titan 7, where legends were carved from storms and sacrifice, the words would soon be repeated across every world that once believed humanity fragile. They would never make that mistake again.